What's up, y'all? I hope everybody's having a great day, and I'm really excited about sharing this information with y'all, right? So, I've been working on this project for a couple of days now. Actually, I was working on one project that led to this project, and I was like, this is the one I'm going to put out. Spirit told me to put out this project, so I'm going to go with this one. I know it's going to bring a lot of value, and I know a lot of people are going to be able to relate to this. So what I'm going to talk about is the wounded masculine and the wounded feminine. Now, a story that we can look at and pull from is a story in the Bible with Samson and Delilah. See, in the Metaphysical Bible, Samson is considered physical strength under spiritual consciousness. So remember, he's physical strength. Then we have Delilah, who's described as weak, right? So it's this battle of physical strength and spiritual consciousness versus weakness, right? So first, let's talk about masculinity and femininity, right? So to clear one thing up for a lot of people, because some people may believe that masculine is this physical display or feminine is this physical display, right? And it's not man. Masculinity does not mean man. Femininity does not mean woman. Actually, it's energetic. And we all have both of these energies within inside of us, right? So some of the big traits for masculine energy is being assertive, responsibility, logic, right? Some of the traits for feminine energy is being nurturing, being creative, thinking with your intuition, right? And we all have the ability to dive in one and going out the other, or utilizing both of them to help us operate in life, right? Some of the wounded masculine traits would be the abuse of power, would be anger, rage. Some of the wounded feminine traits would be, let's say, neediness, codependency, manipulation, right? So I'm just giving y'all an overview of somebody operating from a powerful masculine state and a wounded masculine state, and also the powerful feminine state and a wounded feminine state, right? Now, how does Samson and Delilah, operate in those both places? Because you can see a demonstration of them in those same areas. And before I get to that, I want to also pull something out, right? And I thought about this while I'm speaking, right? Is that we can look at rap artists, right? You would think about 50 Cent, Jay-Z, Kanye, DMX. Cancel out Kanye. You got 50 Cent, Jay-Z, DMX. These are artists who they consider gangster rap, right? So you wouldn't sit there. No, I don't think anybody would say, "Oh, those are feminine men," right? Nah, you wouldn't say they operating from feminine energy. But one of the traits for feminine energy is creativity. As artists, they go into the studio and they create music. So they tapping into their feminine energy. But then where the masculine energy comes out is that they're pushing out their music so other people can hear it. They're providing music and they pushing, they make sure they're being aggressive, assertive, with giving out their music. So, that's a blend of how you can see somebody operating in feminine and masculine energy, right? So now we're going to go back to Samson and Delilah, right? Samson in this story, he was doing crazy feats because he was so connected to the divine. He was so connected to God. So this man, he killed a lion with his bare hands. Imagine yourself being able to kill a lion with your bare hands. No weapons, no tools, nothing. And then this man turns around and kills 1,000 men with a donkey jawbone. Who the hell does that? You know what I'm saying? I've never heard of anybody doing. Come on, people struggle with five. A person struggle with 5 people. But we talking about Samson. He killed 1,000 people with a jawbone, right? And this displays himself operating, you know, with a high level of masculinity, right? So, and also where he had this strength was because he took a vow as a Nazarite, right? So in his vow, he had 3 of them. He was supposed to stay away from alcohol. He was supposed to stay away from dead bodies, and he wasn't supposed to cut his hair, right? Where he operated in the wounded masculine was that he lacked inner strength because during the feast, he was supposed to stay away from alcohol. He came into contact with alcohol. When he killed the lion, he came into contact with the lion carcass. He was supposed to stay away from dead bodies, right? Whether it was an animal or a human being, he was supposed to stay away from a dead body, right? Then another way he operated in the wounded masculine was that he abused his power. He was a powerful person, and he knew it. He knew he was connected to God. Any circumstances that he was faced with, I'm gonna call on to God, I'm gonna call on to the divine, and I'm gonna be able to handle this. But he abused his power, right? And when when a woman he intended to marry was married away, he started going on a rampage, killing everything. Anybody that he felt did him wrong, he destroyed them, right? So from there, he was abusing his power, the wounded masculine, and he manifested, operating in a wounded masculine, he manifested a wounded feminine in Delilah. I want y'all to understand what I'm saying, right? By him operating in the wounded masculine, he manifested the wounded feminine in Delilah herself, right? So she came as this person that was gonna manipulate. Remember, manipulation is the wounded feminine. So she was manipulating him to get what she wanted. She wanted to know how he can lose his power, right? So, and mind you, by him abusing his power, he also got betrayed by his own people, right? So she was finding out ways, and she kept going. So Delilah, she had the ability to operate in the masculine as well. Remember, she's a woman, but she's operating in the masculine as well because she was assertive in her approach. No matter how many times Samson told her, he told her a lie about how he could lose his power, she just kept going. She didn't quit. She kept going. And that was her operating in the masculine, even though she was trying to manipulate in her wounded feminine, right? So eventually she got her answer, and it was to cut his hair. So he, as a Nazarite, he broke 3 of his vows. The alcohol, coming in contact with a dead body, and then also he got his hair cut. And Samson lost his power. He lost his power because somewhere inside of himself, he aligned himself with weakness. He thought because of his previous feats that he was always going to be connected to the divine. He was always going to be strong, physical strength under spiritual consciousness. But he lost that spiritual consciousness, and it made him lose his physical strength. So this is where, a big thing that we have to pay attention to, no matter what field or no matter where you operating in life, whether you're doing it spiritually, financially, physically, don't go off of your past feats. There's always something that you should be working on, paying attention to. You get what I'm saying? Just because you, as a spiritual person, just because you did a lot of shadow work, doesn't mean there's not other things that you should be working on, cleaning up or learning. If you build your business to be a billion-dollar business, a multi-billion-dollar business, does that mean, okay, I should stop? No, continue to learn how you can help people, how you can elevate your business so you can grow your worth, your wealth. The Samson syndrome is the case of arrogance leading to destruction.